morning, everyone. Morning. We're certainly grateful to be here this morning. We are thankful that we can be amongst the living and that we see each other, and that we're truly thankful to be seen, and we're even more thankful to be able to see back. So with that, it's a great day, great opportunity, and that's all we can ask for. So at this time, I am calling the meeting to order, and I would like to call on Reverend Bo Barber to come and lead us with the invitation that we can stand and remain standing as council and the board, and lead us with the pledge of allegiance. Thank you.
Let us pray together. Gracious and sovereign God, before we engage and ask, we say thank you. Thank you, God, for the day that we see, for the air that we breathe, for the life that we enjoy. We thank you, God, for being one who understands your plan and allows us to be a part of it. Help us, oh God, even these individuals in this capacity, as they stand to govern and in the space of governance, to be fair, to be mindful, to be servants of kingdom before servants of any other cause. Help them to see the underserved. Help them to create solutions that will make this earth a better place. Help us, oh God, in your will to understand that we are caretakers and not owners of your world. But we pray that your hand will guide us as we till its soil, as we tend its people, and as we praise your name. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman Barber. You're more than welcome to stay, but if you decide to leave, it will not be held against you. Promise. Thank you, Councilman Moore. With that, at this time, Council, I'd like to call upon our HR Director, Stephanie Chastain. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You can't do it. You can't do it. Come on down. Elijah, and also our city manager, Mr. Wallace Hunter. The reason why Stephanie can't come down is she's one of the recipients today. You know me, I'm kind of being out still, come down to you all regularly. With that, Mr. Hunter.
Good morning. So
Good morning.
we're proud to recognize and celebrate the dedication and commitment of our employees who've reached significant service milestones this year. Their continued contributions are the foundation of our success, and we sincerely thank them for their hard work and loyalty. So please join us in congratulating the following employees for their years of service. First, with the fire department, we have Randy Dubberly for 25 years.
All I can say is I want to thank the city for giving me the opportunity to work for 25 years. It's been a blessing, and to serve this community has been a blessing, and I appreciate y'all very much. Thank you. I got to thank this man because he's the one that gave me the opportunity 25 years ago. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
The next one, it is an honor for me to present to my HR Director, Stephanie Chastain, with 25 years of service. All right, so I'm going to start with saying,
Nice speech. Great speech.
25 years ago, I was a senior in high school, interning in our personnel department. Never did I think 25 years later I'd be standing here. I did not think that this, never in my mind did I think I was going to have such a rewarding career. The days sometimes feel long, but the months and years truly pass in the blink of an eye. And this city has poured so much into me through challenges, opportunities, and continued growth. And I've tried my best to pour back into the city through work and through supporting the mission and pouring into those that I've worked with and deal with on a daily basis. It has been, every success, every failure or unexpected event has painted the picture to where we are today. And it is truly an honor to have been part of that. And this has been a rewarding career. I've worked with amazing individuals, many who have become friends, mentors who I still look up to that may no longer be with us, that are still here, and try to model myself after those individuals. It's been a rewarding career. It's been a great 25 years, and I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Especially with Stephanie seeing her come here as a kid and the programs that we have that we try to instill in people now, work with the school systems, bring me in, she's a perfect example of that. Like I said, I have another kid that's in IT that my vow was to start when he was 15. So to be able to be here, God bless us, so to be able to stay here and see people fulfill that dream and get to that point. At 25 years is a good point that I would like to see a lot of people. God is blessed to the point to see them make that point to see their full career. And from here, just get better, whatever they want to do. And seeing them all come here as kids and raise families. And now they got families, wives, husbands, whole give them a boot, as they can say sometimes. So I'm proud of y'all, but the one thing I say, and one thing that Pastor said a few minutes ago, the responsibility is to pass this on to other people. And that's fortunate to be here and keep this thing going and keep the city moving. That's very important. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to you all. Thank you, Eliza. And we always encourage our employees to do at least 25 years because it's such a great retirement for the state of Alabama. And we've been blessed to have two with a lot of experience, and that's helped move this city and this community forward. So thank you all so very much for that. Saying thank you, one of the most powerful two words we can say. It's done sincerely, so thank you all. Proceeding on to the city clerk. At this time, council, I'd like to ask for a motion for the approval of the regular scheduled meeting minutes for August the 18th work session, as well as August the 19th council meeting. Since we were all present, I would ask that we take this in one vote. So may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman Davis. I have a second. Second, Councilman Gordon. Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council on the city council. Are there any unfinished business that any council member would like to discuss at this time? And if there's not any, we will proceed on with resolutions and on the administration. We have resolution number 2025-187 to be ratified in reference to appointing the election officer of poll workers from the regular municipal election and the Phenix City Board of Education election for Phenix City to be held on August 26, 2025 and run off if necessary September the 23rd, 2025. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the regular municipal election and the Phenix City Board of Education election will be held on the 26th day of August 2025 and a runoff election to be held if necessary on the 23rd day of September 2025. And whereas Section 11-46-27 of the Alabama Code 1975 as amended and regulations adopted pursuant thereto provide in part that the municipal governing body not less than 15 days before the holding of any municipal election, appoint from the municipality officers to hold the elections as follows, where electronic ballot counters are used, at least one inspector and 3 clerks. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that the election officers or poll officials for said election shall be appointed as follows. District 3, Box 3, Calvin Spencer Recreational Center, Clerk Elizabeth Brooks, Clerk Clementine Warren, passed, approved, and adopted this 26th day of August 2025, ratified this 3rd day of September 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to ratify, please. Can I have a motion?
Motion to ratify.
All right, we do have a motion from Councilmember Green. I have a second. Second, Councilman Davis. Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on the council, we have a resolution number 2025-188 to be ratified in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire Denali to clean 3 digesters at the wastewater treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $818,725. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City operates a wastewater treatment plant, and whereas it was determined that the 3 digesters must be cleaned prior to putting the primary clarifiers back in operation, and whereas the primary clarifiers need to be put back in service as soon as possible, and whereas it is estimated that each digester may contain 250 dry tons of material that needs to be removed, and whereas Denali submitted a proposal to clean said digesters at a cost of $1,052.70 per dry ton, with a $16,600 mobilization and $12,600 demobilization cost, for a total cost of $818,725 for all 3 digesters. And whereas it is necessary that this work be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and get the primary clarifiers back in service. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, does hereby declare the cleaning of the wastewater treatment plant digesters an emergency, and authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager to hire Denali to clean 3 digesters in an amount not to exceed $818,725. Passed, approved, and adopted this 28th day of August 2025. Ratified this 3rd day of September 2025.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Council, we have all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to ratify, please.
Motion to ratify.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Davis. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Moore. Any comments or discussion?
Yes, Mayor, could we get somebody who's operating for the citizen of Phenix City, as I said on yesterday, there's a big number of disappeared reporters who work here.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, Mayor. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
I know we've done a lot of work with the plants, with the pressure filters and clarifiers, the last part of that is clarifiers. They're ready to go, and then on analysis with our consultants, we need to clean out the digesters before we put those back in service, because if we don't get those cleaned out with all the debris and sand and things that accumulate, rags, things like that, then that stuff's gonna get trapped back into the clarifiers, and degrade
three, just to be clean out, could you shut them down one at a time, or we do them all three?
Well, they're offline right now, pretty much, and so we're gonna be trying to use two of them, while third one's, or while one of them be clean, and then we'll switch over. So once we get one cleaned out, we'll be switching over to use that one, and then while we're cleaning, we are gonna clean one at a time, and try to use two of them, as much as we can. But right now, they're so full of debris and stuff right now, you don't have a lot of room to work and to transfer the material through the digesters right now.
But does the time frame, once you start cleaning out, one night just at a time, does the time frame?
It may take a while with these, so it may take a few months to get these all cleaned out. Because they're gonna have to get in there, pay online, have to get inside there, get this stuff.
So do you have to manually move this? You have to manually move it?
Yeah, someone's gonna need like vacuum out, someone might have to be shoveled out. They're gonna put it through a big belt and try to squeeze the water out of it, so they can actually transport most of the solids, as much of the solids as they can without transporting so much water. We'll try to get the water out of it at the plant, dewater, is what we call it, and then take that to the plant.
Thank you, sir. How often do you have to clean this?
Generally, we clean them about every 5 years, so we clean the vegetable one, clean the two, and then we'll clean the 2 or 3 years before that. Since this construction's been going, they've been basically offline for quite a few years. They've just collected a lot of debris at that time frame. So, it's time we just get along, clean the ones, get the clarifier back online, and then.
Basically, 4 or 5 years from now, it has to be maintenance, but maybe.
Basically, like one that say 4 years, not 5 years, 6 years, something like that. So we're not having to do all.
It's not too bad. So you can carry your equipment pretty good.
So we're not, okay, we'll just say everybody on that plan.
Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it. Any other questions or comments?
No, good, thank you.
So, council, we have a motion to ratify. We have a second, so at this time, I'll call for the vote. Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, council on administrations, we have a resolution number 2025-189 to be ratified in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire Davis Concrete to clean 3 digesters at the wastewater treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $60,874.78, which John also just spoke about. So at this time, Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the city of Phenix City operates a wastewater treatment plant, and whereas it was determined that the 3 digesters must be cleaned prior to putting the primary clarifiers back in operation as soon as possible. And whereas it was also determined that the drying bed may be needed to dry some of the contents of the digesters, and therefore must be cleaned as soon as possible to be available to receive digester contents. And whereas it is estimated that the drying bed contains 485 wet tons of material that need to be removed. And whereas the landfill fees for disposing of drying bed material is $59.54 per ton, with an estimated total disposal cost of $28,874.78. And whereas Davis Concrete submitted a proposal to clean the drying bed for $400 per load, with an estimated 80 loads for a total estimated cost of $32,000. And whereas it is necessary that the drying bed be cleaned as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety, get the digesters clean, and get the primary clarifiers back in service as soon as possible. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to hire Davis Concrete to clean the drying bed at the wastewater treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $60,874.78. Passed, approved, and adopted this 28th day of August 2025, ratified this 3rd day of September 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. This council, we have all heard. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to ratify. Motion to ratify. All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Okay, this, John just spoke of this, so I don't think we have any other questions or comments, so with that, this time I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also proceeding on council administration. We have a resolution number 2025-19 to be ratified in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to accept a proposal from Southern Rewinding for the repair of raw water pump 1 at the water filtration plant in an amount not to exceed $16,424.96. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the city of Phenix City operates a water filtration plant which has a raw water pump station with multiple pumps. And whereas pump 1 at the raw water pump station currently needs repairing. And whereas if 1 or 2 of the 3 remaining pumps fail, the pump station may not be able to provide an adequate amount of raw water to the water filtration plant. And whereas it is necessary for pump 1 to be repaired as soon as possible to ensure adequate raw water supply to the water filtration plant. And whereas Southern Rewinding has inspected the pump needing repair and submitted a proposal for removing, repairing, and reinstalling said pump in the amount of $16,424.96. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to accept the proposal from Southern Rewinding for the repair of the raw water pump 1 at the water filtration plant in an amount not to exceed $16,424.96. Passed, approved, and adopted this 28th day of August 2025, ratified this 3rd day of September 2025.
Okay. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion to ratify.
Motion to ratify.
We have a motion, from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council. We have resolution number 2025-191 to be ratified in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire Blackwell's Incorporation to clean the Holland Creek lift station and bar stream in an amount not to exceed $21,000. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City operates a wastewater collection system which sends sanitary sewer to the wastewater treatment plant. And whereas it was determined that an excessive amount of sediment, sand, rags, and other debris has traveled from the wastewater collection system to the wastewater treatment plant. And whereas a large amount of sediment, sand, rags, and debris was found in the Holland Creek lift station and bar springs, which is part of the wastewater collection system. And whereas it was determined that prior to the primary clarifiers being put back in service, the sediment, sand, rags, and debris from the Holland Creek lift station must be removed to prevent them from traveling to the wastewater treatment plant and causing problems with the clarifiers and other processes and equipment at said plant. And whereas it is estimated that there will be at least 4 dump truck loads of material which need to be cleaned from said lift station and bar screen at approximately 15 tons per load. And whereas Blackwell's Inc. submitted a proposal to clean the lift station and bar screen for an estimated cost of $21,000, which includes landfill disposal fees. And whereas it is necessary that the lift station and bar screen be cleaned as expeditiously as possible to ensure public safety and get the primary clarifiers back in service as soon as possible. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to hire Blackwell's Inc. to clean said lift station and bar screen in an amount not to exceed $21,000. Passed, approved, and adopted this 28th day of August 2025, ratified this 3rd day of September 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to ratify, please.
Motion to ratify.
We have a motion from Councilmember Green. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Also, John did speak with the half of this. I don't think there's any questions on this. So, With that being said, at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on to council on the building department. We have a public hearing and approval of resolutions in reference to the fixing of costs incurred by the city of Phenix City for removal of substandard structures and the establishment of special assessments on public properties located at 1008 12th Avenue, 1010 12th Avenue, 531 6th Place, 1220 8th Street. We'll ask the clerk to read one master resolution, council, but before that, at this time, I would like to declare this as a public hearing, and if there's anyone that would like to come forward and address the council in reference to these fixing of costs, now is the time to do so. Okay. So since no one has stepped forward, I am now declaring this public hearing closed, and I will ask the clerk to read one master resolution, council, and we will take them all in one go, okay?
Yes, that's good.
Yes.
Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Whereas the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama was requested by the building official of the city to authorize the demolition and removal of substandard structures at the following locations in Phoenix City. 1, 1008 12th Avenue. 2, 1010 12th Avenue. 3, 531 6th Place. 4, 1220 8th Street. Whereas the City Council on the 3rd day of June 2025 by resolution number 2025-98, by resolution number 2025-99, by resolution number 2025-100, and by resolution number 2025-103, approved the apparent low bid to demolish and/or remove said substandard structures located on each property listed above. And whereas the city has given notice by certified or registered mail to the person or persons last assessed for ad valorem taxes for each property, and a notice has been published in the Citizen of East Alabama, a local newspaper or general circulation, at least 15 days before this final hearing for the fixing of costs for each property. And whereas, after giving all interested parties an opportunity at this public hearing to address council on this, the 3rd day of September, on the issue of the fixing of costs in these cases, the City Council believes the fixing of costs have been determined and that they should be assessed against the substandard structures as named above and recorded in the probate office to protect the interests of the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama as follows. That 1, that the final cost in the removal of the substandard structures at the following locations are as follows. A, 1008 12th Avenue, $3,200. B, 1010 12th Avenue, $3,100. C, 531 6th Place, $5,800. D, 1220 8th Street, $4,800. 2, that the city clerk file a certified copy of each resolution with the probate judge of Russell County, Alabama, to establish a special assessment that shall constitute a lien of Phoenix City, Alabama, upon each property that shall be collected through the Revenue Commissioner's Office for Russell County, Alabama. 3, that the legal description for each property is listed on each individual resolution for that particular property as taken from the records of the Revenue Commissioner's Office of Russell County. 4, that the property owners listed below for each property are as shown on the tax records of Russell County, Alabama. 1, 1008 12th Avenue, Davis Shelley, care of Jimmy Davis Shelley, Samuel Bird Shelley, and Samuel Brooks Shelley, 195 Lee Road 601, Phoenix City, Alabama, 36870. 2, 1010 12th Avenue, Grab LLC, care of House Buyers of America, Inc., 8609 Westwood Center Drive, Suite 110, Tyson's Corner, Virginia, 22182. 323 South Hill Road, Letitia Stewart, 718 Highway 26, Hatchetown, Alabama, 36858. 4, 1220 8th Street, State of Alabama, 2016 tax, State Capitol Building, Montgomery, Alabama, 36104. Passed, approved, and adopted this 3rd day of September 2025.
Need some water?
Thank you.
Council, we have all heard the reading of the master resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Moore. Any comments on discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, Council on the Economic and Development Department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to sign a contract with Poco Wagon with music at the Phenix City Oktoberfest on October 4th, 2025, in an amount not to exceed $2,750. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the city of Phoenix City desires to provide quality entertainment for its citizens. And whereas Poco Wagon will perform musical entertainment at the Phoenix City Oktoberfest event. And whereas the event will be held on October 4th, 2025 at 505 13th Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, 36867. And whereas the total compensation for Poco Wagon services shall be $2,750. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to enter into and sign a contract with Poco Wagon for musical performance services at the Oktoberfest event on October 4th, 2025 in an amount not to exceed $2,750. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of that resolution. The council, we have all heard the resolution. And at this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Green, second, Councilman Davis. You have that, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Any comments or discussion, council? Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council on the engineering department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to sign the ADM recycling grant agreement. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the city was awarded the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, ADM, recycling grant for a total project value of $150,000. And whereas the funding will be utilized to construct a metal building and foundation at the landfill expansion site for the purpose of organizing, storing, and shipping of electronics to be recycled. And whereas with the total project cost being $150,000 and no required match, the city will only be required to cover project costs that exceed that amount. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to sign the ADM recycling grant agreement. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Okay, thank you again. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we do have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion?
Only thing I'd like to know, how do you know when something like this is available that's 100%, paid for?
We have a team manager speak about that. She's had like 10, 11 years ago, and that's what we do research constantly.
Just keep looking all the time.
We look constantly for every department, so
Keep looking all the time. There's certain websites that I go to, federal grants, state grants, stuff like this. But ADM, they've got programs out there, you just gotta look for them, and you have to apply for it. And there's lots, that's a process, the application and everything like that. And the grant award after that, filling out all that paperwork is a lot. So, but still, if we can get $150,000 and get a
That's
new
what I mean.
electronics
Yeah.
recycling building down in our landfill, I mean,
You know,
that's
no
a
match.
for every dollar.
That's what I'm saying,
That's pretty good.
it's really good to be able to stay on top of something like that. And I mean, I understand, I guess if you're planning on building that building, then you get out and start looking for, money. That's what normal people do when they go maybe build a house.
Yes, sir.
Most people don't find out they can get money first, and then decide to build a house, so to speak. So how y'all stand on top of that, that's amazing that y'all can see that, but I guess when you're looking for one thing, you see something else too sometimes. It kind of falls right in line with the next item you're gonna be looking for, maybe. So,
And some you just have to think of, okay, I know work needs to be done at this place, so now what parameters does
Yeah.
it mean?
what can I find that That's good. I mean, I have to offer y'all for doing that, you or whoever really does outstanding. I'm just proud of you very much so.
Thank you.
Around team, what it consists of.
So it consists of pretty much all the department heads, and, you know, I'm sort of the group team leader that goes out and looks at it. It's utilities, it's, engineering, it's library, I think we've worked on a grant before, building, fire, and there's lots of different ones that we can go and pursue. So what we'd like to do is at the very first of the year, we go through and look at Becca's, calendar to see what's the dates that those things should be coming up. And then at the same time, we're gonna go look at Delta's calendar, see when their dates are coming up. And then find projects that specifically meet those type criteria. That's the way that we've been so successful. Because we try to, we find a grant and then we try to go, okay, what is the best?
Try to structure our needs for
Based on that.
how they'll look at it.
So we're all a very collaborative team. Mr. Leonard's definitely, you know, pushed us hard, you know, to go after this, and I feel like we've done a decent job.
And I want to say something while we're on this subject, you know, and while we're broadcasting, so people understand how you build a budget. In 2008, this team was formed, and that's when I took over the city manager. Well, we was cashing in the CD to make payroll. I want people to understand that. So where we are today, inside this building, we pay cash for, and other things we have done. It's been very rewarding to be successful because the team should be, we should have reached $60 million.
Last year,
Last year, we should have hit $60 million now. And not to impose heavier taxes on the citizens, anything like that when you're building. And when you look at taxation, what it brings in for the general fund, you also have to look at other ways to make sure you're not putting this on the citizens' back. So that's when you go out to the grant market. And that's what we did heavily, to make sure that we bring things in, whether it was 100% match, 50% match, or, because we know, and I said this on yesterday, we know how much money we have to pour into our utility system. The grants are gonna have to help that heavily, because if they don't, that's when the rates go up significantly. And what we're trying to do is refrain from that, so they work diligently, you know, the team here, and that allows them to work together to understand each other's plight within their departments. And it has bonded them over the years to understand each other and to work with each other, to help one another. And we have other agencies, you know, we have the Russell agency that we deal with, work with them a lot, and build that relationship with, what we do with them in emergency management, what we do with them, and they, you know, go out and see, also for grants to go along with what we can match. But anytime you can take the revenue that we have and turn that into 10 times what it is, you know, we want to make sure we do that. And it should become, as a team, it should become a challenge and it becomes fun, because this is what you're doing. We try to, and you want your citizens to understand what you are doing. You know, if you're going to be in this, you got to be 100%. You know, if you ain't 100%, I don't care what anybody says. When you pour your heart into it, you end up 1,000% in the reward back money.
We're certainly in it to win it.
That's right.
And thank you all for understanding that if you snooze, you lose, and thank you all for not snoozing.
We don't, any money amount.
We thank you all for not
Low or
snoozing.
high.
And I do want to say, Mr. Holland, we did have a discussion yesterday, and for everybody to know that the infrastructure of what we heard John talk about and other things as far as specific utilities, it's owned by the citizens. And, you know, we don't just pick a price out, but we have to make sure that we can fund the activities of these utilities department to provide service for you all. Because if we don't, then you really start raising your hand and calling all these council members. But it's a cost of doing business. So you have to make adjustments to be able to provide the services as you know, as we continue to move forward. Okay? Thank you all so much, and again, thank you all for not snoozing. Any other comments, discussion? All right, call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon.
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council on the engineering department is a resolution in reference to purchasing one model 600 time code street sweeper on the state contract number 111522-TYM from Ingram Equipment in an amount not to exceed $334,585. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the state of Alabama examiners of public accounts has reviewed and approved the competitive bidding process used by Sourcewell. And whereas the city of Phenix City desires to purchase a model 600 Timco street sweeper for the streets and drainage division in the engineering/public works department. Now therefore be it resolved by the city council of the city of Phenix City, Alabama, that one model 600 Timco street sweeper shall be purchased under state contract number 111522-TYM from Ingram Equipment in an amount not to exceed $334,585. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. It's sometime to get
Tongue
tough.
twister.
I can relate. I understand it thoroughly. Council, we've heard the resolution, and at this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon, and have a second.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Green. Comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day.
Yes.
Councilmember Green.
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey.
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon.
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, we have a resolution in reference to purchasing one 2025 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 pickup on the state contract T191 from Cyrus Ford Lincoln in an amount not to exceed $46,738. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the Alabama bid law for public contracts allows for municipalities to purchase property under a state bid. And whereas the city of Phenix City desires to purchase the property hereinafter described for the cemetery division in the engineering/public works department. Now therefore be it resolved by the city council of the city of Phenix City, Alabama, that one 2025 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 pickup shall be purchased under state contract T191 from Cyrus Ford Lincoln in an amount not to exceed $46,738. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Okay. Council, we've heard the resolution from our clerk. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Any comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day.
Yes.
Councilmember Green.
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey.
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon.
Yes.
Mayor Lo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council on the engineering department is a resolution in reference to authorizing Alabama Power to remove 5 APCO leased HID fixtures and install 8 APCO leased LED fixtures, 5 54-watt roadway, 2 122-watt roadway, and 1 124-watt floodlights near 1111 Broad Street, Building B. Mrs. Davis.
Now therefore be it resolved by the city council of the city of Phenix City, Alabama, that the city will authorize Alabama Power to remove and install the following streetlights and pay the monthly electric service to Alabama Power Company for the streetlight as follows. 1. Remove 5 APCO leased HID fixture. 2. Install 8 APCO leased LED fixture. 8. 5 54-watt roadway, bronze 4000K, 5001 to 8500 lumen range. B. 2 122-watt roadway, bronze 4000K, 14001 to 19000 lumen range. C. 1 124-watt flood, bronze 4000K, 19001 to 22000 lumen range, near 1111 Broad Street, Building B. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion from the council, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion?
Yes, sir. What the purpose of replacing these lights? Is it more efficient, energy efficient?
Yes, sir, and they're brighter.
Okay.
Questions? Not, call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, council, is a resolution in reference to authorizing Alabama Power to remove 2 APCO leased HID fixtures and install 2 APCO leased LED fixtures near 1111 Broad Street South parking lot. Mrs. Davis.
Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the city will authorize Alabama Power to remove and install the following street light and pay the monthly electric service to Alabama Power Company for the street light as follows. 1. Remove 2 APCO leased HID fixture. 2. Install 2 APCO leased LED fixture. Floods, 22,001 to 32,000, lumen range, near 1111 Broad Street South parking lot. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Okay. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council. Next is a resolution in reference to authorizing Alabama Power to remove 1 APCO leased HID fixture and install 1 APCO leased LED fixture near 119 Broad Street. Mrs. Davis.
Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the city will authorize Alabama Power to remove/install the following street light and pay the monthly electric service to Alabama Power Company for the street light as follows. 1. Remove 1 APCO leased HID fixture. 2. Install 1 APCO leased LED fixture to 11 Roadway Bronze 4000K, 27,001 to 34,000, lumen range, near 1119 Broad Street. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Okay, council, again, we've heard the resolution from my clerk. I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Green. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. We have the motion, we have the second. Any comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And proceeding on, council, on the engineering department is a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and the city manager to enter into an agreement with Water Grading Contracting Incorporation to replace a section of sanitary sewer main along 4th Avenue between North Railroad Street and 19th Street. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the engineering and utility departments have collaborated on a project to replace a section of sanitary sewer main along 4th Avenue between North Railroad Street and 19th Street. And whereas bids were received for this contract on Tuesday, August 26, 2025. And whereas 2 contractors submitted bids for this project with War Grading Contractors, Inc., being the lowest responsible bidder. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to enter into an agreement with War Grading Contractor, Inc. to perform the work as outlined in the drawings and specifications for said project. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. Council, we've all heard the resolution. This time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion, Councilman Davis, second, Councilman Gordon. You have that, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Day and Gordon. Okay, we have the motion, we have the second. Any comments or discussion, council?
Is this gonna close the whole street down on 4th Avenue?
And so we hope to be able to keep the lane open, but if not, it depends on what we find.
What you find on that?
Yes, sir, we think we know where the lines are at, the existing lines that are out there, but when we get out there and start digging,
Right.
they may not be in the places that we think. So we're gonna try to keep one lane open, but we will be able to control it if we have to close down two by making some short detours in the area.
Well, that's what I was gonna say also, is that gonna be during the same time frame as Somerville Road?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this will happen first?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we
Well-
should be finished with this one basically.
Well, no, this will happen after Central Road.
All right, we have,
Yes,
okay.
sir. They got to get their bonds and their contract signed and all that stuff.
Right.
There's still probably a 30 to 60 day waiting period that we have to get this project off the way.
Okay, so we'll have the other done and then we do that. Yeah, I was just thinking, if both of those roads, for some reason, we hit some kind of problem, good, it would be a mess up in that end of town. We got the two roads.
But this is also one of those that Mr. Mayor has pushed us, to make sure that the utility infrastructure underneath the street is decent for us to go on reserve
Right.
and the other money. So once we get this utility work done, then we're still working with the state, like I always say.
Oh, yeah.
Excited.
It's just
But-
like,
It's easy to work with.
Yes,
You
they're
look
still
forward
on
to it.
resurfacing plans, so, we finally got our scope letter, so I'm excited about that.
Right.
The right side.
And when push comes to shove, if you get a problem up there, you got 9 different escape routes.
Oh, yeah, we can go around things, but it's just,
And we're also, what you're telling me, the major, get this out of the way, because we also have grants that we're taking care of for the gas tax that we're using on Fourth Avenue. We gotta take care of doing this.
well, we gotta do things like this, we gotta do Fourth Avenue.
And get it out of the way before we have to do that, and that's coming up pretty soon, right? Am I
Right,
correct?
yes, sir, like, once we get through this, and then, we got a scope letter from the DOT, once that happens, and they give us final approval on the plan, we'll be coming right in after that, to resurface and all that area, along with Oak Road and section of South Seal Road. And this is up near North Railroad Street.
Right.
This is where this location is at, about, gonna go 600 meter feet up north, so.
That whole entire connector from Fourth Avenue down here, all the way up to Isle Drive, which is also in the process of being resurfaced too, all the way to Sunfield Road. So you got the
We're just on the other side of the Trussell,
that runs straight from
Yeah.
District 2 and District 1. So that whole sector will be taken care
Oh,
of.
yeah. There's some old stuff on there that needs to be done.
and please explain to customers, because I know we all get calls about certain streets not being paid. They are on the list, but it makes no sense, from an economic standpoint, to pay and not make sure all the infrastructure and things are not taking place. You don't want to pay and have to tear up the road again. Sometimes people just don't want to understand that, but we're trying to work smarter, to make sure that they're on the list to be paid. Am I correct?
And there's lots of things that go into deciding why a road needs to be paid. There's traffic, how much traffic is on there, what type of street is it? Is it a collector street? Is it a local street? So there's lots of different things besides we've got one utility patch over here, so now my road looks ugly, but it's a utility patch that's functioning. That doesn't mean your road needs to be
exactly.
resurfaced. That's what I don't think a lot of people think about, but we just don't go willy-nilly on the mouth and
Exactly.
it's not that we've got our pavement conditioning.
Got a
and
plan.
stuff. Right, we've got a plan that we're going by, we work in each district, so it's not like we're just out there just picking roads. We have a method to our madness. So of course, that doesn't,
Doesn't satisfy
everybody is
everybody.
the public, yes, sir.
Well, a lot of people ask you, how can we keep paving the same ones over again, like Fourth Avenue, Sunfield Road, Lakewood Drive, River Chase? And I tell them, that's because everybody riding on the road.
It's the way
If you had everybody come by your house, we'd be paving your road that often, and you won't pay.
It's the most common, Summer Hill, Opelika Road,
I mean,
Lakewood
you're
Drive, Stadium Drive, you can name them. And you can name what the prices were when we did $2.7 million 15 years ago on Summerhill Road. That same road would be over $3 million plus now. The $670,000 for Lakewood Drive. When you start talking about the $550,000 you did on Stadium Drive, all of these things, the way we work things here should stay consistently in your mind as to what's going to happen the next time you have to do
And
this.
the cost.
And the cost is big, the cost is rising, so we look in that period of time, how much it's increased to now, and we know that we have to try to get the grants that go along with our match funds that we're taking care of too, and put away the funds to make sure that's taken care of. But those roads way don't travel, and all those roads are funded differently. The money that's allotted to us from the state is you have to use a 10-cent tax on, and you have to make sure that that's reported, that we run never goes through you all, and what you see, that only can be used for those particular roads. You look at what can be used on the MPO, you look at this and that, so that not only are looked at and rated differently and looking at it, you know, it's also funded different. And what you take the fund, the gas tax funds, like I said, only go so far. So we have to make sure we start budgeting a different way with that from the general fund. And we've been pretty successful, but when you're talking, as many miles of roads that we have within the street, it's quite a bit.
And also, Mr. Arnold, we use money from the general fund.
So that's what we do, that's a lot of that. Right, sure, and that's what we had to implement, because gas tax funded by itself, and that's the money that you allotted to use, is not enough to do that. So when you look, and like I said, that was another thing, looking at being 8 years behind and resurfacing, and to bring that up, we've been able to do that over the past several years, using the general fund, making sure that's allocated within the unencumbered funds that we have, and put that to the side. Aggressively doing that, and no money has been borrowed to do that. There's been money straight from the general fund. Yeah.
Angel, I like what you said earlier, all these roads you know, in certain districts, if I say, why are we doing all this? But there's a process that you all follow, is that right?
Yes.
And I want my citizens, all citizens, to understand that process. Some of the road will travel more than others.
And we're actually using the engineering principles. I mean, we're actually using our education to say, okay, this type of failure have it here, this type of failure have it here. This is just stress, fractures in the pavement, it looks a little rough, but it's still structurally stable and everything like that. So like I say, we are, we're doing this based off of a list. It's not just a list of people that call in and say, hey, I want my road paved, We don't do it like that. We're actually using our education and going in and doing it structurally, material-wise and everything, to make sure that we're going to get the best fit for that road for that amount of money that we have.
But also, what's been bad over the years that we've learned, this asphalt don't last as long as it used to last. The asphalt years ago lasted a long period of time. You can see streets now that stay on your mind. You see a street that's been paved 3 years ago, and you're thinking you're looking for a life expectancy on there from 7 to 10 years. But you see these streets around here, the way these companies have done, you go down some streets, and it looks like somebody walked past and told a joke and it cracked up. See, that's a serious stuff on, So that makes us kind of what's going on with the material that's being used in there. That's what exists.
The reason I've been beat up about the 20th Avenue, that when they cut it out, that push it in, and they put stuff in it, and then wash out, and then come and ask me, Mr. Day, when 20th Avenue is going to get paid? I said, that's a process that the engineering department follow. I said, real soon we get there.
20th Avenue.
Yeah, 20th Avenue, got a big plug cut out, and falling in the hole there, 20th Avenue.
It must be recently they're working on, because we just paid to them.
That's what I said. That road has been paid, we get back, but he asked her again, when come pay the cost of that.
Well, the cut will be taxed, but you won't pay all that knowledge of the whole.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's forces to be.
I understand, but how many years ago, it had been 5 years since, and it's down, but nowhere. Now, when somebody worked on it, they were going in and patch it, but to do an entire road because of a patch, that don't work.
Yeah, I know, these are some of the folks outside.
I understand.
There's the needs for.
Yeah, you gotta keep on trying to educate them, I guess, right on.
Okay. Thank you, Angel. Thanks, appreciate it. Any other comments or discussion? Okay. Call for the vote. Mr. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on to council and fire department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor, city manager, and fire chief to sign a memorandum of understanding, the MOU, with the Alabama Fire College for administration of written promotional exams. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas Phenix City Fire Rescue desires to enter into a memorandum of understanding, MOU, with the Alabama Fire College for the administration of written promotional exams. And whereas the City Council has reviewed said MOU between Phenix City Fire Rescue and the Alabama Fire College to administer written promotional exams for the rank of sergeant and captain and finds this necessary for operations. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor, city manager, and fire chief to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Alabama Fire College to provide services as outlined in the agreement. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Green. Comments or discussion?
Yes, Mayor, let me ask, these fire college credits, or however they categorize this, if someone that come from another fire department, and if they're have reached the status of captain and so forth, do they have to go back through, does it based off of each state? Like if you have someone coming from the state of Georgia to the Alabama, do they have to go back through the Alabama Fire College?
Well, the fire college will recognize that, sometimes they look at their levels and recognize whether they're gonna give them credit for that. It depends on the curriculums that they went through. I'm an instructor for the fire college, I still teach them. So, what they do is we recognize that, it depends on where they come from. If it meets the same level and standards that they went through, they will recognize that. Sometimes they'll give them certification level 1, but it may not, you can't enter, you won't most likely enter another fire department at that level as a captain. A lot of times you start over unless they hire an administrative part or whatever. Still correct that, Karen?
Yes, sir.
That's still the same process?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what they do, because now we're recognized here since we, built our little training center. Thanks to you all, appreciate that. But, it's a lot, it's just a responsibility, what they take a look at.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other comments? If not, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Seeing on the fire department, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to accept the proposal from Site Med Fire for the on-site annual firefighter physical for the fire department personnel in an amount not to exceed $22,555. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas Phenix City Fire Rescue wishes to engage in the professional services of Site Med Fire for on-site annual firefighter physicals for the fire department personnel. And whereas the estimated cost of the service this year will be in an amount not to exceed $22,555. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to accept the proposal from Site Med Fire for the on-site annual firefighter physicals for the fire department personnel in an amount not to exceed $22,555. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Moore. Comments or discussion? All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council in the fire department is a resolution in reference to declaring various fire and rescue items surplus to be sold as scrap or destroyed in the city landfill. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phoenix City, Alabama Fire Rescue has items of personal property which are no longer needed for public or municipal purposes. And whereas Section 11-43-56 of the Alabama Code of 1975 authorizes the municipal governing body to dispose of unneeded personal property. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the following property on the attached list is no longer serviceable and is hereby declared surplus to be sold as scrap or disposed of at the landfill. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. Council, we've all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please. May I have a motion to approve? Motion, Councilman Gordon, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Bailey. Any comments or discussion? Okay, Ms. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, Council in the Parks and Recreation Department is a resolution in reference to declaring various personal items as listed on Exhibit A as surplus to be sold as scrap or destroyed at the city landfill. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the Parks and Recreation Department of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama has items of personal property which are no longer needed for public or municipal purposes. And whereas Section 11-43-56 of the Code of Alabama, 1975, as amended, authorizes the municipal governing body to dispose of unneeded personal property. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the various items as listed on the attachment entitled Exhibit A is hereby declared surplus to be sold as scrap or to be disposed of at the city landfill. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you again. Council, you've heard the resolution. This time I'd like to ask the council for a motion.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, again, Council on the Parks and Recreation Department, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to sign a contract with water grading contractor, LLC, to make site improvements to Moon Lake at Idle Hour Park in an amount not to exceed $2,118,144. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama is committed to its residents by providing safe and adequate recreational facilities. And whereas the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama desires to make some site improvements to Moon Lake at Idle Hour Park. And whereas the City of Phoenix City received only one qualified bid from War Grading Contractor, Inc. to make the site improvements to Moon Lake at Idle Hour Park for $2,118,144. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the mayor and city manager as authorizing officials are hereby authorized and directed to sign the contract with War Grading Contractor, LLC, to make the site improvements to Moon Lake at Idle Hour Park in an amount not to exceed $2,118,144. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. This time I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please. Motion to approve. We have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May we have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion?
I know Todd's not here today, and I would like to say, even though we've only got one bid on that, it pretty much came in where everybody was thinking it was supposed to be. It's not, we really wasn't out of kilter either direction, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, part of that before they get started is that,
Right.
you know, even though we got $1 million grant on there.
Correct.
So we look at the other, so the other things we wanted to do, and for Phoenix, so it would look nice, you know, we absorb the cost of that.
I was gonna say, we knew we couldn't do it all for that $1 million. And that's one reason things is taking this length of time. And number two, you know, the city has went back and forth readjusting these plans a little bit and looking at them again, trying to be as, you know, as close as you could be on spending the money the correct way, the last law, way we can get as much bang for your buck.
What it
Is what I'm trying to say.
It exceeded, and then they went back in the process and brought it back down.
Right.
So, go
And
ahead.
it may still come down some more.
We'll go back to class and y'all engineered it and changed the type of wall and this and that. So we were able to get about another $200,000 price for this one we did. So since we just have a bidder, we're able to negotiate the price.
Right.
There's gonna be some custom things out there, you know, like pavilion, there's gonna be some fishing piers. You know, the biggest thing for an engineer is the erosion that's out there in Moon Lake. So some of those areas will be getting in there, Todd. We wanna make sure that we were getting people down from the walking trail and everything good. So,
Yeah. Work down to different levels where the whole thing can be enjoyed.
yes, sir.
Correct.
And probably one of the biggest problems that we'll have up here is draining the lake, just to enough to limit the seawalls. simple, and it's free flow, you know, it doesn't stop, so.
Well, no, that break, I mean, like you said, it comes in every time we have a rain, it comes in, so. You're not gonna change, you can rain it down and then change overnight, if you have a rain, you bring it back to raining it again.
Yes, sir. And these, after these improvements are complete, the contractor's out, we'll have our regular resurfacing contractor to go back and resurface the track. So we want all the construction to be done, so it doesn't push the wall.
So when I say get started on that project, it will continue working until they finish.
Yes, sir.
Angel, please reiterate again that the lake has to be drained.
Well, not
Damn.
Not completely, but it's gonna have to be
Yes, we are going to have to lower the water level.
Not
Well, you gotta really get to the retaining wall.
Yeah, let's get
Lower
that
the
clear.
water level.
It's just lower, it's just
Lowering the water.
the level so that the brickwork can be able to.
I've seen it drain.
Already, the impatience that we deal with here, because we understand, we come up with a project and we get it okay, it is months that we have to go through as far as getting all these things, drawing up architects, construction people, and the question, well, when is it gonna be finished?
Well, then you got months.
Snap your fingers, it's gonna be finished tomorrow. It don't work that way. You know, it works and not only that, the adjustments that you have to make, you're gonna have to go through it, and the time, and then you deal with nature and weather, you deal with, that's why a lot of times people say, how much time, and when it's gonna be finished? You tell them, well, it's gonna be finished when it's gonna be finished. Bottom line, because there's no date that we really can set on. We can tell you the start date most of the time, if they don't get delayed, and then it goes from there until it's completed. But when you start getting the dates, that just don't.
Well, Todd gave us today, yesterday, down to 28. What do you know?
Yeah, he gave it back. See,
Todd said it'd be done before I leave.
yeah, if he thought that 3 years from now, he gonna be
Hey,
there.
he said 2028 when I'm leaving, it'll be done.
Yeah, that's an easy day to go.
That's right. Well, that's about all you can do. Yes, it depends on materials. Like Andrew just said, you can drain the lake down a little bit where you can do those, retaining walls and all. And then if it rains for the next 2 weeks, then you gotta drain it down again. And if you mess up what you just put up, I mean, you never can
You know
control
what's
it.
gonna happen for sure? What's gonna happen for sure, what you just said is gonna happen for sure, because you understand, the pond that's across the street
Drains into that?
drains into it. So they will constantly be
Oh, yeah.
pumping that water level to keep it down to where it works, because, and you can't just go over there and stop that up, because if you stop that up, you're gonna bring water to bypass.
That's what I'm saying, now, everybody comes from a flood. It's all put in there for a reason.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Any other comments, discussion? Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green? Yes. Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on the Council on the Utilities Department is a resolution in reference to approving a contract from Mitchell Law for the water filtration plant annual lawn care services at the cost of $725 per visit for an annual cost of $14,500. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phoenix City operates a water filtration plant of WFP, and whereas the size of the grounds for said plant is approximately 9 acres, and whereas groundskeeping for this size property requires more time than the water filtration plant staff can provide and still perform all the duties needed for operating said plant, and whereas hiring a grounds maintenance company to provide lawn care at the water filtration plant will help keep the grounds looking good, allow water filtration plant staff to focus on operating the plant, and allows for more focus on the upcoming larger scale projects the staff will be participating in and managing. And whereas Mitchell Lawn submitted the lowest responsible proposal for $725 per visit for 20 visits per year, equating to an annual cost of $14,500. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to approve the contract with Mitchell Lawn for the water filtration plant annual lawn care services at the cost of $725 per visit for an annual cost of $14,500. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Moore. Comments or discussion? All right, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yeah.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on council on the Utilities Department is a resolution in reference to approving the contract with Mention Law for wastewater treatment plant annual lawn services at a cost of $1,211 per visit, for an annual cost of $24,220. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phoenix City operates a wastewater treatment plant, WWTP, and whereas the size of the grounds for said plant approximately 7 acres, and whereas groundskeeping for this size property requires more time than the wastewater treatment plant staff can provide, and still perform all the duties needed for operating said plant. And whereas hiring a grounds maintenance company to provide lawn care at the wastewater treatment plant will help keep the grounds looking good, allow wastewater treatment plant staff to focus on operating the plant, and allows for more focus on the upcoming larger scale projects the staff will be participating in and managing. And whereas Mitchum Lawn submitted the lowest responsible proposal for $1,211 per visit for 20 visits per year, equating to an annual cost of $24,220. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to approve the contract with Mitchum Lawn for the wastewater treatment plant annual lawn care services at a cost of $1,211 per visit for an annual cost of $24,220. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of September 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. It's time I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Green, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion? Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on council on the board appointments. We do have one opening on the planning commission, which has been contacted, the person has been contacted. And at this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion to reappoint Ms. Sierra McKissick to the planning commission.
I'll offer that motion at this time, Mayor.
So we have a motion to reappoint. We have a second. Second. Motion by Councilman Davis, second by Councilman Gordon. At this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, at this time, I'd like to call Attorney Mr. Grant.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
We've got one claim on the agenda today. That is the claim filed by Jocelyn R. Thomas. Ms. Thomas was at the Fifth Street pool and seemed to go back into her car. She had damage to a bumper, her headlight lamp. She submitted 3 estimates as required. The lowest estimate being $2,245.17. To Sheffield's Collision Center. My recommendation is to approve the claim in that amount.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Grant. Council, we've heard the recommendation from our attorney. I ask that we call for a motion to approve the recommendation. Motion by Councilman Gordon, may I have a second? Second, Councilmember Day. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Council. Thank you, Mr. Grant. Thank you, Council. Thank everyone for being here, all the department heads, and certainly appreciate it. I certainly want to thank this council for what all they do. With that being said, anything, anyone from the council before I ask them? City manager, anything? Okay.
I do have one comment, Mayor, well, two actually. First of all, I just want to say congratulations again to our employees that for the dedication to service and 2 people, 50 years, that's outstanding. It speaks volume to to know that Phoenix City hire and retain, that's important. So congratulations once again to those two individuals. And as I have done in the past, made a comment and commended you, Mayor, and Councilmember Bailey, who bring in unopposed. I'll do the same and say congratulations to Councilman Day for his outstanding service and reappointing, being re-elected to the council. So congratulations, Councilmember Day. To Councilmember Boyd, who decided not to run again, and
Still love
just what I really like to say is put up here to serve with you. Continue to do great things. You really made a mark in our community, you know, from high school, you know, being an athlete, a student athlete, so
And back home,
and you
too.
got your children, you know, up and going with your family, so it's been a pleasure working with you, what I'm trying to say, and I just wish you well in your next chapter. And, to all the candidates who ran, it's one of those things when you have the mindset to want to serve. So I just say congratulations to them to have that mindset to want to serve their community. And we're just going to continue to be prayerful and that God will continue to elevate people to serve His people. It's always been a big part of my life is to give God all the glory and all the praise. So it's just an awesome feeling to finally get that campaign behind me. I know that. Yeah, so, but I look forward to continue serving the 2nd District along with all the council and the city clerk and the staff. And because again, I've always said it and will continue to say it until I lay to rest. This is one of the best places to live. It's one of the best places to work, raise a family, worship, attend school, play, all that good stuff that God allows us to do. So I just want to thank my constituents and everyone that had a part in re-electing me to serve as their representative, and I'll do my best to continue.
Sit on this line, I normally speak last, but I do want to say this. I do believe wholeheartedly in my heart that due to the fact that 80% of the council is going to serve 4 more years, I do believe, as I stated in my heart, is that most people see the stability and what it pays in dividends is for moving the council forward. So I do believe again that most people don't see that, and it's always great to have the stability of a council that can continue with the desire for the right reason. Strictly for the right reason, not for being grandiose, not for being look at me, not for saying see me. It's not about that. But I just do believe in my heart that most of the people in Phoenix City who voted realize that the stability is the key as far as the progress of any organization. It doesn't change for the city council. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that while Councilwoman Green brought it up as far as the election.
All right, I want to concur with what has already been said, Mayor, Councilman Green, and the Mayor. And I also want to thank the my constituents for giving me another opportunity to serve on this council. And as I said before, it's a learning experience for me, and I'm still learning. As I travel, you know, for each training, I love to go with you folks who have to stay right along the training. And I want to thank this city and this council as well, represent this council and city on the National League for the city. I have the opportunity to do that for a number of years and we folks on across the United States. And as I said, it's a learning experience every time I go and meet somebody kind of know what is it going to go say, how you go to lunches. And it brings you back, you know, bring back your memories and things that you learn. Phoenix City is growing. As I said so many times, we are doing great for city outsiders do not have a interstate coming throughout the city. As it is said, we talk about like and all, they have a major interstate coming by their city. But we're doing great in for the city outside. And I always say this, I talk about the people that I work with, my mayor, the council, and city manager, the team out there. You're all doing a great job. I always tell this city city manager, this is what I always say, you make us, you and your team make this council look good. But y'all are doing the work. Y'all make us look good. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank all of y'all for what y'all do. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, Mr. Hunt.
All right. I'm glad the election is over.
In line.
Thank God. The last election I go through, last council I served. You know, so it's been very nice. It's good. We got time to do some things, but I wish more people would understand municipal government and get themselves into it to have some kind of understanding and what the people who serve and go through. You know, people that serve this city, the workers, we always got to give them credit and take a look at them. My job is to look at both sides, to be that bridge in between council understanding of the service workers and the workers understanding of the council and how it works. In 1977, we switched our government over to management council form of government. And that's why what you commented on Ms. Green, when we went to that enabled these people to have full careers. When we went to the merit system, and a lot of people don't understand that. When you was changing at that time, every 3 years or so, and you were switching, there's no consistency or continuity in there. These things were put in place for people to have careers, a career development guide. You can't have that when you stop the city and start over. And when we moved in 2000, from 2004 to 2008, over to the 4-year terms. You know, before then it was 3-year terms. And when we moved to that changed a lot of different things too. You know, and take a look at our government. So people who don't understand our government, take time to understand how the government works. You know, I wish they would take time to listen or try to, you know, let the people here educate them on how they work and what their goals are set to do and take time, because we deal with an educated body of people that's trying to do a good job for the city. And it's a lot of times you get beat over the head trying to take up from that, whether you're dealing with economic development, whether you're dealing with engineering, the library, public safety, especially department. You know, you look at that, there's a lot of things that make this city function. And bringing the things, you always try to make sure we make it easier on y'all to bring the things that's really been studied and looked at to make sure that it's easier to understand it and explanations are there and why we have to do these things. And something else I was thinking about last night is, and we talked about it on yesterday, it's going to be fall, so the weather is better, so I'm on the schedule, we're going to schedule a trip for you all when you have time. It's time to go to the wastewater treatment. You don't want to go there in summer. You know, some people will want to take there in summer, so you'll really get the message. But it's time to schedule those things so we get out there in the van and spend some time together and really look at the things that the personnel have to go through. And all they get a chance to meet you all, make the big decisions on this money that they have to spend, because it's hundreds of millions of dollars, but we've been blessed to have this, like I say, and taking over this job and the city developing itself into what it is. You have to have good people to help you get there. You can't do it by yourself. And it takes a lot of people that's willing, you know, as they're raising their families and trying to do. We always have to think about the person, always. And a change in work. And it's tough, you know. You can't sit here and make yourself, like I said on yesterday, a victim of a situation that you created yourself. And a lot of people do that. We have to hear all these things during the election process, people making promises, people saying things that they hadn't checked out that they could do. Well, the citizens out there listen to this, but they don't ask the questions of, have those people check that out to see is that against the law, or can they do that? Or is 4 more people gonna agree with what they say? You know, it's 5 people up here, and everybody has, you know, on the council, they have to vote. And we don't always think the same. I might present something I think is an excellent idea. You all may not think that. You know, so we have to make sure we prove the point and what's got to go on, and everybody's informed of what's going on. And I guess I'm talking so much now because I really seen some this past election is scary. A lot of people are just not informed in this city. A lot of people didn't even know it was an election going on in this city. We had low turnouts in every district. That is frightening. You know, when I evaluate the complaints with the number of people that showed up to vote that don't match. How can we have all these complaints if you had no, you know, where you want to have no say so in the vote, period. How can you have that? That just don't make sense. You know, and you look and a lot of people may look, you know, and say, well, I'll say all these things, well, you can't work this job here and be frightened to say the things that you see. You know, if that's going to be the case, there's no use in saying it. But I hope our city can get more involved and really listen and become a participant and want to make the city better. Because we have a lot of stuff going on in the United States now, whether it's from the federal or the state level, we have a lot of big things that have happened. A lot of people are not informed that what's coming up, they're getting ready to have a reduction on your grocery taxes. They're getting ready to have, there's a lot of good things that's happening statewide that they're doing. Diapers, Pampers, the tax on those for kids and stuff like that, people are getting breaks on. They're getting ready to break some things that people never hear of because they don't get to do that. So we want to, and Sean, it's really a new job for you because you do so well. You know what I mean? God just brings his visions to me. I can't sleep at night. You know, and you was just sitting there and I just could see you. The information of new officer of the whole city of Phenix City. You know, because you do it, and you know, I'm making light of it and having fun with it, but you got God bless the ability to do some things that we need to answer. And
Amen.
This thing, it has showed us some things that we have just got to inundate this city with and people with information, whether they want to digest it or not. We don't put it there. That's what, so get ready to win the bills. You know, that's what you got, that's what we have to do and have fun educating our citizens and do what we can do because, like I say, and Mr. Dale, I'm so glad he let you know because, and I want to say this also too, a lot of people may not know this, and it was tough to do because, you know, to go way back, we attended the funeral of Mr. Davis' wife this past Friday. You know, a marriage of 54 years, you know. You know she went through a lot putting up with Mr. Day. But that's right.
She stayed there.
You know, I'm glad I'm close enough to him here, and she was an educator for a lot of years, 5 decades. And you know, and the kids that they have, beautiful family, everything, they always have fun. And one of the things that I admired, what they said at the funeral, is his wife, when she went through her medical difficulties, he always kept his wife home and single her.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a lot to respect, Mr. Denver. You did an excellent job. Got in your family. You know, you're somebody to look up to.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I do just want to say this before I close out. Mr. Huntley alluded on something as far as council. Every council, every person who's in a service position, which this council is and has done, should always lead with values and ethics. This council has not one time on votes that we have to make have never try to deter or to tell someone how to vote. Am I correct? Y'all have it back. That has never, it's unethical. We don't do that. You either vote it up or you vote it down and you move on. But to be unethical, those are not the type of leaders you want to have. You gotta lead with values and ethics. And we want to thank our community, and I do want to thank this council, and that has taken place, whether you believe it or not. For those are the two most important attributes of any leader to have. And we have done that, and I'm grateful. So thank you all so much for everyone here, for workers. This council, I thank you all so much, and we certainly thank our citizens of Phoenix City. We're praying for a good harvest, but we're going to keep on going. And that's what we want to do to make things better in this community. So thanks CTV for bringing this to our citizens, and at this time we do stand adjourned. Thank you.